Greetings, blessed beings. Welcome to Shelter in the Storm with A Course in Miracles, lesson number 22. Excuse my nose, is a bit tickly. Let's get on with the text. We're in chapter 2, part 4. We'll read one page of that today. Healing as release from fear. Our emphasis is now on healing. The miracle is the means. The atonement is the principle, and healing is the result. To speak of miracle healing is to combine two orders of reality inappropriately. Healing is not a miracle. The atonement, or the final miracle, is a remedy, and any type of healing is a result. The kind of error to which atonement is applied is irrelevant. All healing is essentially the release from fear. To undertake this, you cannot be fearful yourself. You do not understand healing because of your own fear. A major step in the atonement plan is to undo error at all levels. Sickness, or not right-mindedness, is the result of level confusion, because it always entails the belief that what is amiss on one level can adversely affect another. We have referred to miracles as the means of correcting level confusion, for all mistakes must be corrected at the level on which they occur. Only the mind is capable of error. The body can act wrongly only when it is responding to misthought. The body cannot create, and the belief that it can, a fundamental error, produces all physical symptoms. Physical illness represents a belief in magic. The whole distortion that made magic rests on the belief that there is a creative ability in matter which the mind cannot control. This error can take two forms. It can be believed that the mind can miscreate in the body, or that the body can miscreate in the mind. When it is understood that the mind, the only level of creation, cannot create beyond itself, neither type of confusion need occur. Only the mind can create, because spirit has already been created, and the body is a learning device for the mind. Learning devices are not lessons in themselves. Their purpose is merely to facilitate learning. The worst a faulty use of a learning device can do is to fail to facilitate learning. It has no power in itself to introduce actual learning errors. The body, if properly understood, shares the invulnerability of the atonement to two-edged application. This is not because the body is a miracle, but because it is not inherently open to misinterpretation. The body is merely part of your experience in the physical world. Its abilities can be, and frequently are, over-evaluated. However, it is almost impossible to deny its existence in this world. Those who do so are engaging in a particularly unworthy form of denial. Leave that one there. Let's move to our lesson 22. What I see is a form of vengeance. Today's idea accurately describes the way anyone who holds attack thoughts in his mind must see the world. Having projected his anger onto the world, he sees vengeance about to strike at him. His own attack is thus perceived as self-defense. This becomes an increasingly vicious cycle until he is willing to change how he sees. Otherwise, thoughts of attack and counterattack will preoccupy him and people his entire world. What peace of mind is possible to him then? It is from this savage fantasy that you want to escape. Is it not joyous news to hear that it is not real? Is it not a happy discovery to find that you can escape? You made what you would destroy, everything that you hate and would attack and kill. All that you fear does not exist. Look at the world about you at least 5 times today, for at least a minute each time. As your eyes move slowly from one object to another, from one body to another, say to yourself, I see only the perishable. I see nothing that will last. What I see is not real. What I see is a form of vengeance. At the end of each practice period, ask yourself, is this the world I really want to see? The answer is surely obvious. Okay. So following our practice session, listen to Jesus' commentary in the Year of Forgiveness. I'll quickly mention, I've been meaning to mention, in the back it shows a whole bunch of books that other books that Tina Louise Spalding and other authors have channeled and written and so forth, that are, let's say, more user-friendly than perhaps the A Course in Miracles seems to be. Here we go. They're all in the back there. There's a whole bunch of them. I think I've read all of them except one. Sorry, I just thought of doing this. Here we go. Jesus, my autobiography. There's Tina Louise Spalding there. So that's Jesus, my autobiography. So this is channeled material that Tina Louise Spalding has channeled, and then it's being put into print. So you can free yourself from the karma of chaos, Spirit of the Western Way. These are excellent books. Wonderful, wonderful books to read. Great Minds Speak to You. Making Love to God. Love and a Map to the Unadulterated Soul. And I think she's got other books coming out. All right, let's get going with the commentary for lesson 22. What I see is a form of vengeance. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. This is a challenging lesson for those of you who are taught that God created the world. This is one of the fundamental issues that comes up in these lessons, that you may feel, at times, a great contradiction with. In your ignorance, you have been taught that God created this world. But when you see the death, destruction, starvation, poverty, and even natural disasters, you say, well, how is this God loving if this is the destruction, death, and separation that we all face? Your loved ones dying, your children passing away before their time. Surely this God is insane if he created this. This is what we want you to understand. This world is not created by that one you call God, all-powerful and loving. If it was, then it would not look this way. Things would not depend on other things to die in order to survive. Everything would not be separated from you, your loved ones, your children. All sorts of things are going on in your lives that demonstrate a lack of love. If everything was created by a loving God, then you would not experience this. That is your clue that this is not the real world. This is not God's world. This is the playground of the ego. This is where all your idols, lusts, wants, needs, and fears play out in front of you, so that you can see them. This is why it is so important for you to comprehend the magnitude of the projection happening. It is not just you laying your feelings on someone else. This is a level of projection many modern beings have begun to understand, that you are responsible for your own feelings. But the whole thing is a projection. The whole thing is a giant projection from the collective consciousness. Yes, some of you share the same dreams and nightmares, but you are the one that is in charge of your projector and your experience. You need to take ownership of that, which is called life for this planet Earth here. You play your role in the way you think you should, based on what you have been taught up until this point. We are going to turn you around. We are going to pivot you on your feet and turn you in the other direction, away from fear, separation, and war, toward love. That is why this takes practice. That is why these lessons seem so slow and cumbersome for those of you in a rush. We want to address this issue here today. Do not be in a rush to deconstruct your personality or your mind. You will not fare well if you do more than one lesson a day. You will destabilize your consciousness. We repeat, you will destabilize your consciousness. So do not watch one video after another, pushing, because you are tired of your suffering. You will suffer more if you do not do the lessons as prescribed. Not as a punishment, but because they are so powerful. They redirect you away from darkness and fear and turn you 180 degrees so that you walk in the correct direction on the road toward your home, which is love. Know that this idea of vengeance is a challenging one. You may not completely understand it, and that is okay. Remember, you do not have to understand the lessons. You merely need to do them, so that your mind gets truthful information. Remember, your mind is full of untruths. You are going to, at times, react to these lessons as if they are lies. Because when you are told that a lie is the truth will look like a lie. That's worth repeating again. You are going to, at times, react to these lessons as if they are lies. Because when you are told that a lie is the truth will look like a lie. Be aware of this as you go through these lessons that challenge the very fabric of the way you look at your world. They challenge your concept of reality. I am that one you know as Jesus. Be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with your brothers and sisters. Understand, this is a great undertaking we are all on here together. Be brave and share these videos. You will add a light to someone's life somewhere. Someone will see this lesson and say, "What is A Course in Miracles? Sounds intriguing." Who knows what doors you may open for someone. You might not even know. I am that one you know as Jesus. Spread love and light everywhere you go today, and you will make your experience a better one. We will see you tomorrow. Namaste, dearest ones. Much love.